There is a correlation between nature and language. Sometimes the things that we think are actually spoken are not so spoken, but are speaking. This is where the thing called universal language comes into play. Excuse my camera, guys. It's raining out. So basically, what am I talking about? What I am bringing to you here is basically the idea that language is not necessarily language all the time. Because if we actually pay attention to how things occur in reality, sometimes certain situations, certain things are speaking to you, but not using any language like English or Zulu or French or Afrikaans or Espanol, none of the languages, but the situation is speaking nonetheless. So, this type of language that I'm speaking of is what we call the universal language. This universal language is basically how we interpret the finer things, the more intricate parts of our reality, like our dreams. Because when you actually view the language that is spoken in dreams, it most of the time is not a language. It's just basically you seeing pictures and pictures, events happen, and then when you wake up, you're just supposed to know what that means. Well, I'm here to tell you that's so because that was a language. It's just that you have forgotten how to speak it. So basically, what this language is basically what people call the universal language. But the universal language is not as uh, speaking, it's more of showing, because the true intention is actually expressed by action. When you are able to take action upon the thing that you said, it is basically following through. And the follow through is basically what makes the strength of the language so sacred. Let's dig in deeper, shall we? Basically, let's take a day when it is raining. You see, like it's raining outside, water is pouring from the sky. So when this water is pouring from the sky, you can take it as literally what it is, just some clouds feeling heavy, and then they are, dropping what they are dropping. They are dropping the H2O from their being. But on another meta level, the water dropping from the sky is actually information. What? How? How do we mean? Well, for the cloud to be a cloud, it has to form. And this form, it comes from within, where molecules actually come together in order to form this thing you are going to eventually call cloud. So as these molecules are forming within this thing that you call cloud, this is information. So when this information gets so heavy and it gets so heavy that it cannot hold its formation anymore, it literally drips down into the earth, thus informing the earth of what it knows. So basically, when this rain is falling down to the earth, is basically the heavens sending the formation from the clouds into the earth. This formation is basically what informs us of what next to do. So obviously on this channel, you must know that I am one who speaks more on the spiritual aspects of the universe and meditation. So in my meditations, I have ascended the crown consciousness. That's why I wear the crown. So this crown consciousness is basically a consciousness on its own, where you are able to connect directly to the universe via your crown energy. This connection to the universe directly via your crown allows you to be informed about things that you would not otherwise know. Like, for example, that the universe speaks in a language, and this language is known as crown consciousness. This language is what we call universal. So when the rain literally falls down, it's the formation of the heavens actually raining down. And now I'm going to reveal something very intimate about the language of the universe to you, my friend. Now, have you ever paid attention to the formation that the drops make when they drop on anything? When they first drop before they make everything wet? You ever seen how it's that spotted type of formation? Like the spots on the ground. Hmm. The spots are just the raindrops that have dropped on the floor, right? Right. Then when you look closer at this pattern, you might find that it is found in many spheres. You find it in many spaces. Like, for example, when you look upon the back of a leopard, if you know that type of animal, you'll see that they have spots too, right? These spots seem random and kind of like, you know, you know, randomly placed on the skin of the animal, right? Right. Then when you look at upon an animal like a giraffe, you'll find that this animal on its fur coat has the same kind of spots. Then you look upon how this pattern also sometimes happens in the clouds while they are still formed as clouds. In a clear day where it's cloudy, these patterns, if you look at the difference between the clouds and the spots on the leopard, the clouds and the spots on the cheetah, they are basically the same pattern, but it seems like God used different types of ink, because one of them he used water to actually spell out this type of information, and another one he actually used whatever he uses to write on leopards and cheetahs. So basically, this type of formation is basically information. It's telling you about the heavens. The heavens are like these raindrops. As you see, there's a spot there, there's a spot there. It's the same way that there's a planet there, there's a planet there, there's a star there, there's a star there. You look up at the night sky, you'll see the night skies, the stars in the night are literally spread out in a way as if like somebody threw them all there randomly, the same way that the raindrops drop. If you understand this, you can overstand it. The same way that the raindrops drop is the same way that the stars align upon the night sky, the same way that the spots of the leopard also align on his back, the same way that the spots of the python align on his back, the same way that the spots of the giraffe align on his back. Then you can also view how the rain looks when it has rained upon your wall, for example. When you look at those patterns, the drops seem to make a line, as if when they drop down they make a line like stripes. It's the same type of stripes that you'd find on a zebra. We call them zebra, yeah, I might call them zebras. It's the same pattern that you might find on a tiger. You see, these kinds of patterns, they basically are symbolisms of how the universe connects with us in many ways. So when you see the pattern of a zebra, it's basically the type of pattern telling you about the rains. It's the type of pattern that tells you how the rains look when they have slided on the material surface. You guys, I hope you're getting this, because I'm about to go deeper. Confirmation burp. So basically, this energy of the heavens, the way it communicates in this manner, it communicates like this for you to understand that the true way of overstanding the universe was through pictures, because there is no other language that is more intimate and more specific like the pictures. These types of pictures are basically what actually communicate the type of things that we need to know on a day-to-day basis in order for our angels to properly guide us. So these guidance is basically information from the heavens, because you gotta understand that the heavens are not dumb. Yes, they are not dumb. God basically is an intelligent being, and he created everything else in his universe to be as intelligent as he is. So when the rain is falling down on the ground, when it hits your head, hopefully you allow it to hit you sometimes. When it hits your head, it is informing you about the state of the heavens. Your head is supposed to be able to interpret this. Yes, no pressure if you're not yet able to, but your brain is a receiver of information, and your brain is right below. It's right below your head. So your head is basically how the earth receives. That's how you receive the information. Because the rain, if it falls regularly, it falls right on the ground, right? Right. Then when you're walking on the ground, when the rain is falling, it's actually falling on your head now, isn't it? Right? Right. So it falling on your head means that it is informing you through your own cerebral capacity of what higher octaves of reality are doing. You see, it's telling you that we are shedding layers. That means that you also could be shedding layers. It's telling you that things are changing since the water is dropping, meaning that you must overstand that as well that you are changing. You are made of 80% of water. So this biological makeup makes you susceptible to be able to read the language of water, to speak it as well. It's just a matter of you allowing the symbolism to actually speak through its actions, because the action is a language, guys. It's a language that actually speaks directly to us. So when you actually overstand action, you can actually understand what it means when certain things are happening to you. Because the way I compared the giraffe and the leopard and the raindrops and how they make spots on the ground, how they all have spots, is basically how the language of reality is complementary and communicates similar messages on different levels. Now, in this video, I actually spoke about water, the raindrops, as one example. But you must understand that there are a multitude of examples of how reality connects us through the way it speaks to us. So, meaning that language is actually irrelevant, because even I can speak without language. Like, for example, if I walk up to you and step on your shoe, that does not need interpretation, does it? Like the fact that how you will feel will not actually need you to get a true meaning of why did he just do that. No, you just overstand that, man, this person is very disrespectful, I should do something or say something. You see what I'm saying? This type of thing is meaning that there's some things I don't need necessarily needing to be communicated, but just shown. That's what the language of reality is. It's action. So understand the actions of reality, guys. Then your life will be a whole lot easier. Well, not a whole lot easier, but you'll be able to get a lot of things. If you have like dreams or things that you don't quite understand or understand in your reality, you can like hit me up on this platform, hit me up in the comments, ask me what does this dream mean, what does this mean, and then I'll send you my WhatsApp number so that I can actually help you get to the bottom of this, of course. So when you do that, you will be able to book consultation with me, where I actually help you reach higher levels of your life through the understanding that I have achieved thus far. And if you are interested in a manifestation guide or a book on how to do spiritual arts, yeah, comment below because I have that ready now for you. I love y'all. Peace.